Hey, my name is Dr. Sharnael Wolverton-Sehon. I'm a naturopathic doctor. I'm with Swiftfire International. And today I'm going to do a part 2 on exogenous ketones versus nutritional ketones. Now, you guys have heard me talk a lot about this, and I even have a part 1 on this. Hey, Mandy and Angela. So if you did not see part 1, I strongly encourage you to go on my YouTube and watch the part 1, because there's a ton of information there that's going to give you kind of the foundation for what we're talking about today. This is going to be really, really short because I just got to finish the back end of this. But many of you guys are probably seeing a lot of different things out there regarding keto, ketosis, keto products. And there is a big difference between exogenous ketones and regular nutritional ketones. And so I want to explain the difference here. And I go into that a lot more detail in that other video. So I'm going to attach that link here below. But please share and tag, because this is very, very important that we are actually working with our body instead of working against our body. Ketones are made in the body by the liver once you remove sugar and carbs out of your diet. If you can go way back and remove the sugar and the carbs, you know, most Americans are eating way too many. Actually, worldwide now, people are eating way too much carbs and way too much sugar, and it's caused a huge amount of dis-ease in the body. And you can contribute, I mean, I could go down the list of the different dis-eases that people are dealing with in hospitals and clinics all over, and it can be completely resolved just by making good choices and by eating good, healthy things that actually have nutrients, real food. And so scriptures talk about whether you eat or drink or whatever you do, do all to the glory of God. This is our temple, and we are responsible and in charge of making sure that we're making good decisions to keep this temple functioning at the highest, best level, to do all the things that we're supposed to do here as radiant light and love, whatever your purpose is. And it doesn't matter how many prophetic words or dreams or things that you have that you've wanted to do since you were a kid, if we are sabotaging that by having lots of sugar intake and causing us to have dis-ease, enough to be in the hospital, enough to have premature death, enough to just maybe even not even feel good to be able to do the daily chores, then we're kind of defeating ourselves. And so it's time for us to take back that responsibility, and it's time for us to be the owner and the author of our life with God in us, to make good choices. And you know, in the past, lots of people ate real food. You know, if you go to the grocery store these days, I encourage you to just keep around the edges of the grocery store, because 90% of what is in a grocery store isn't even considered real food. It's boxed, it's packaged, it may look really pretty, it says all the right words on there. Even the cereal boxes these days can have big words like protein and nutritional and all these things, but I'm telling you, it's not something that's going to support a divine health situation. And so we've got to remember and remind and reprogram against all of the things that we're told on the TV and the commercials and the lifestyle of even going to like Best Buy or Office Depot and having a whole row of just candy right there at our fingertips. We've got to overcome that and make some good, healthy choices. And so the difference between keto, exogenous keto, and regular ketones, or ketones that are nutritional, are actually made by our own body. God gave us the ability to make ketones through our liver, and then those ketones go throughout the body, and they're used, they use the fat within our body as fuel, and that's what keeps us being able to go. It gives us mental clarity, energy, and it burns the fat to be able to keep us and to do the things that we're called to do. When we are in a high carb, high sugar diet, that becomes our fuel. And when we're using that as our fuel, then we're basically storing fat and all the chemicals that are stored within the fat. And we don't have an elimination process. We don't have a burning process to get rid of that. Now, back in the day, a long, long time ago, we did. That's how we ate, because we weren't on this high sugar, 15 sodas a day kind of deal. When I'm doing our keto 21-day reprogram reset, I encourage people to do a minimum of 10 to 15 carbs, a maximum of 10 to 15 carbs per day, just for that 21 days, to reprogram and remind, to detox, and to get the brain even off of sugar, because sugar can be addictive. It's proven to be as addictive as heroin and cocaine. But now, because ketos and ketone and ketosis and all this has been the big hype, well, guess what? Pharmaceutical companies and other people are getting on the bandwagon and are thinking, hey, let's make a synthetic exogenous, meaning outside of the body, not created within the body, an outside source to be an easy fix. And it's not an easy fix, you guys. It's a terrible fix, because it's synthetic and it causes your body to, first of all, you're not supposed to have high insulin and ketones at the same time in the body. We don't know what's going to happen with that yet. We don't have the side effects. Back in the first video, you can hear some of them, but it's not a good deal to have those two together. We are born to make ketones, not take them. And when we see doctors and other people who are prescribing exogenous ketones, of course they're going to endorse it, and of course they're going to tell people that it's fine, because most doctors are not trained nutritionally, and most doctors, the whole pharmaceutical, big pharma and government and all that are kind of working together, and they have no trouble at all writing prescriptions for pharmaceuticals. So what difference would it make to make a prescription and or an endorsement on a synthetic exogenous ketones? It's no difference to them. And so as a natural doctor, of course, I'm going to do everything I can naturally. I'm going to do things through cleansing, through detoxing, infrared saunas, of course, nutrition, colonics, all these things, sunlight, natural things that God has given us for us to be able to maintain and or have the highest divine health possible, optimal health, without using pharmaceuticals, without using anything synthetic. And so that's my stand as far as that. And there are plenty of naturopathic doctors who are on the same path, who are against all this exogenous stuff because of the terrible, terrible side effects. Side effects that are dangerous, side effects that are critical, to be honest. And so, yes, they may do the job on some level, just like if you take a Red Bull, it's going to give you a bunch of energy. It's going to give you a shot of energy, but it's not good in the long run. And there are some people who have had major side effects, heart attacks and strokes and different things from having things like that, because it's not real energy. It's a synthetic outside source. And so I go through all of this on the first video. I encourage you to check that out. I will put the link here when I'm finished. But one of the last reasons why, I talk about all of a bunch of different reasons why not to be on exogenous. But one of the last ones I'd like to mention is if you are on a pharmaceutical or a synthetic or exogenous type supplement or whatever, something outside that's not you, then your body not only sees it as a foreigner, and so it starts to work against it and see how to hack it and how to be able to fight against it. But also, just like if you take a thyroid medicine for your thyroid, I'm not against medicine completely. I know that there are times that you have to be on medicine, okay? So please don't, please understand me. I'm just saying do everything nutritionally, everything naturally, as much as you possibly can to be on the preventive side. And if you have to, yes, take a medicine. Take, obviously take a surgery if you need a surgery. But we can go back to the garden and do things naturally. Now, when you take a synthetic drug for your thyroid, guess what? Your thyroid says, hey, I don't have to do this anymore. This medicine is doing it for me. So they tell you, you can't get off this once you get on. And in some ways, that's true, because what happens is it takes a back seat. Your body takes a back seat and says, I'm going to let this work for me now, And if you get off, you have to get off slowly. And definitely talk to a doctor if you're choosing to get off medicine. Don't just cut everything cold turkey, but talk to your doctor and figure out if that's something that you need to do. But I'm telling you, your body is so used to leaning on and having someone else do it for them that your body will forget to do it on its own. And it's the same thing with these exogenous ketones. I did like a hidden case study on a few different people, and including myself. I did my own study. It took me almost 6 weeks for my body to create ketones on its own after I had just done exogenous for just a little while. And some people it took even longer, not to mention the horrible side effects. And so yes, you may have some good things but nothing that will outweigh all the side effects, and nothing that will tell you, you don't want to be doing anything that's going to tell your body to shut down. It's just not a good idea. We want optimal health. We want all of our body's function to work in the most optimal way, in the highest way possible, in good standing. And so, again, check out the part 1 if you please can, because I know that there's a lot of people who are dabbling and enticed by these exogenous ketones, because doctors all over, medical doctors, are putting their endorsement on it. Not all of them. There's a lot who are against it too. And yeah, I mean, the only way I would ever even halfway think about someone being on exogenous ketones is if you were like a marathon runner every single day. If you can expel that much energy that you can really, really require that, awesome. But otherwise, you will tax your kidneys, tax your liver, tax your body. Everything takes a back seat. And when you get off, you're not going to do what you're supposed to. Just like if you took laxatives every day, your body forgets to go to the bathroom on its own. And it takes a while for you to learn to do that and remember to do it again. So I could give you examples all day long, but I'm just here to tell you, please trust me, exogenous ketones are not the way to do it. Okay, if you're looking for a fix, a fast fix, nutritional ketosis is pretty fast and it's pretty easy. And so I encourage you guys, if you're going to do it natural, do it natural. It's very easy. I have tons of videos on how to help you do that. And I have success rate. My success rate for the people that I've worked with is very, very high. People who have got off meds, people who have lost lots of inches, weight, who've cleaned their entire house 3 times and they haven't for 10 years, who have the energy to get up in the morning without an alarm clock and do all the things they're supposed to do, and really sometimes even have a hard time going to sleep because they're so excited and they're so happy and they're so they got their body back, they got their life back. You will have really good rest. You will have mental clarity. You will have new ideas. Some people claim to even have new dreams and visions and just new aspirations in their business and in their families and their relationships, because they can go outside, they can play, they can get on a bike, they can spend time with their family. So there is so many things that are really, really good about nutritional ketosis. And I encourage you guys to do that. We will have an upcoming challenge here too. I encourage you to step in and to join and to remember that this is a way for you, and there is hope. There are possibilities for you to remember your ease and to remember a full, joyful, energetic, clear, wonderful, divine life. And so I love you guys. Check out my YouTube. Check out my new website. It's brand new. It's swiftfire.org. I hope you guys will enjoy it. And if you guys are on YouTube, go subscribe to my YouTube, my Instagram. You can follow me here on my Facebook. And have a good weekend, y'all. I'm on my way to a big pet adoption weekend thing. It's going to be fun. So remember to adopt and go get a kitty or a dog or something and take care of it. And actually, it really takes care of you. So I love you. Talk to you soon. I'm over and out. Bye.